Okay, so today on Harry Makes Up we've got our lovely model here, Lucy, and we're going to look at doing a quick eyeliner tutorial. So the first thing that I would suggest with eyeliner is working out what brush is going to work best for you. I tend to use a mixture when I'm doing it on other people, but so a flat brush like the square top brush is easier for some people if you find you don't have a very steady hand. If you prefer a really perfect line though, I tend to either use something like a domed brush, this is by Laura Mercier, or something like a very thin art shop brush is really good, and you can pick up these art shop brushes really cheap, sort of anything between a couple of pounds, so I find these are good. And the same way when I'm doing a smoky eye, I like to use a couple of different brushes. For eyeliner I actually like to use two different brushes, one thicker, one thinner, so I can do more fine point work towards the end and the inner corner as I go along. So we've just done like a classic flick on Lucy today, we put a little bit of base on and done her brows, and I'm going to show you how to do the other eye. The product I'm going to use is True Black. This is the cream liner by Feline, and the first thing I'm going to do is show you a thin line and then we'll build it up to a much thicker, more dramatic line. So closing your eyes for me, Lucy, I'm just going to start just pushing it along the eyelid, just pushing it along the lash line to help you get your line, and just follow to where the lashes end first, going at about the similar kind of shape. And then if you open for me, Lucy, and just turn to me there. And then what you want to do is, if you look straight ahead, if you're going to flick up the eye line, if you follow your bottom lash line and you see where that ends, imagine that line was going to carry on. Another trick you can do again if you have a really unsteady hand is you can take a bit of concealer and you can draw a line with your concealer as kind of a map and then blend that in afterwards. Or if you have a really shaky hand, you can use a little bit of masking tape and you can just place a little bit here and then draw a line along and remove it afterwards. That's a really fail-safe trick if you have a really unsteady hand. So it's just something that takes practice, but I'm just going to map out. So I've got to the end of Lucy's lashes, and if you look straight ahead in a mirror, that's the best way just to start mapping out your line. So just for a small, I'm just going to flick this and close me, Lucy. So we've got a very thin corner, and I'm just going to take that out a little bit. So this is your example of a thin line. So depending on how big your eyes are, if you've got hooded eyes or smaller eyes, you don't want to take your flick so high up because you'll end up cutting it off when the eyes open. So if you have hooded or smaller eyes, just stop where your lashes end and try not to flick it out too much. You just want to leave it like a thin line just along your lashes. If you have bigger eyes, like I said, you can flick it out as much as you want. And actually what we're going to do now is do a really dramatic liner. So we're going to do a big thick line and kick it out a bit more. So for that I'm going to go back to two brushes. So I'm going to use a bit of my Laura Mercier domed brush and a bit of my Art Shop eyeliner brush. So going back in with my liquid liner, if you pick up too much, take a bit off on the back of your hand. So close. So again, starting, I always find it easier on other people to start on the inside and then go to a certain point, stop, map out your flick and then carry on. Think of it as like dot to dot and joining the dots up. So I'm just going to go a lot thicker, going to match up to the other eye now. And it just really glides. If you've got a good gel liner, it should literally just... And the good thing is as well with a thin line, you can always go thicker, so you can even just follow the line you've already made. And then check both eyes together, because what you want to check is when you look straight ahead, both your points are going in the same direction. So if one starts to go lower down, that's where you take your cotton bud and just tidy up a little bit. And so I'm going to go with my thinner brush just to work on the outer angle now, so I can get a lot of precision with my small brush. Just flicking that flick out a little bit more. And then neatening up again along where it joins the eyelid. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this under the skin, where kind of the skin is shown, because the black will make the skin look really sharp. And you want to have a really nice solid black line. So look right down at the floor. So I'm just going to take this under, along the inner waterline, and that way down. And this is just to make sure that everything looks really solid black. And just pull the eye taut so you can go right along the lash line as well on top. So then just use your brush just to tidy up any last areas that you want to look at. If you want to sharpen your point, what you can always do to cheat sharpening your point is dipping your Muji cotton bud into a bit of Bioderma or a bit of remover, and then you can literally just cheat how sharp you get it. So just removing any extra that you don't want on your flick, you can just cheat that with a little bit of a Muji cotton bud, and then just going with your concealer brush that was near it just to make sure the skin's really nice and clean around it. And so there you have it, that's your thicker eyeliner on the outer corner. This is False Lash Mascara by Max Factor. We're just going to add this to the top lashes pull it down for me. And we've already done Lucy's skin, but I would just finish with lots of mascara. And so here's the finished look, and we just popped a little bit of highlighter just on the inner corner of Lucy's eye, a little bit underneath the brow as well, so it looks really, really clean, and just pop an eye base on as well before you start. But that's your liner, and if you have smaller eyes, just go a little bit smaller, a bit thinner as well, and don't go past your lash line, and that will be nicer. So try that. Have a go at doing your dramatic eyes, tweet me photos, Instagram me, give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful, and please subscribe. Thanks guys, bye.